So topic for today is difference between equity shares and preference shares that we have already completed, but difference we have to cover today. So see the first difference, obviously face value. So face value of equity shares is kept generally low and the face value of preference shares is kept high. Now what is the concept of face value? First be clear about that. So whatever the price is printed on any article, like the price which is printed on that is rupees 100. So that 100 will be called the face value of that book. So whatever MRP is printed on any article, on any goods, that is termed as face value. So now the meaning of face value is clear. And in case of equity shares, the face value is generally low means that as compared to preference shares, the price of the equity shares is low and the price of the preference share is high. So I hope first point is clear. Please keep replying, all of you. Don't forget that promise. Then second point is rate of dividend. So now first meaning of dividend should be clear. The meaning of dividend is that whatever the amount of profit company is earning, out of that profit, some portion of profit company will keep itself for its own use and some portion company will distribute among the shareholders, those who have purchased the shares of the company. So obviously that distributed portion among the shareholders is technically called dividend. So meaning of dividend is clear. Now dividend in case of equity shares will keep on varying. It will depend upon the level of earnings, amount of company's earnings. If the company's earnings are higher, the equity shareholder will get high amount of dividend. If the company's earnings are lower, then they may get lower amount of dividend or maybe that they are not getting any amount of dividend. And if the company is not earning any profit, they will not get any dividend. But the dividend in case of preference shares, that dividend rate is fixed. If the company is earning profit, the rate which company has promised, that rate of dividend, suppose 10%, so 10% will be paid to them always. Means they will always be knowing how much dividend we will be earning on our investment. But equity shares can never confirm what amount of dividend they will be able to earn in this particular year. It will depend upon the earnings of the company. Then third point is right to dividend. So equity shareholders will be paid in last. We have discussed this point that equity shareholders do not have any special rights regarding dividend and regarding repayment of capital. So their dividend will be paid in last, paid after payment of preference dividend. And preference shareholders dividend will be paid first, will be paid prior to the equity shareholders dividend. So this point is also clear, I hope. Then fourth point is voting rights. Now equity shareholders have voting rights, means that whatever the company wants to do, company has to in certain matters, company has to take permission from the shareholders. And that all task is done in annual general meeting of the company where all shareholders are invited and whatever activities company want to perform, they will put each and every activity with a separate resolution in the meeting before the shareholders and voting will be done there. If the 51% voting, more than 50% voting is coming into favor of that resolution, it will be treated as that resolution will be passed and that activity can be done now. But if the uh, votes in favor are less than 50%, then company cannot go for that activity. And in some resolutions, means special resolutions, company require more than 75% of voting. So equity shareholders have voting rights, but preference shareholders do not have any voting rights. Then degree of risk, we have already discussed that equity shares are highly risky, because there is no promise for repayment of capital. Company is not bound to pay your capital back. If losses are there, your capital may vanish. If losses are there, obviously you will not get any dividend. So it is a high degree of risk. You may not get even your amount which you have invested in the company. Then preference share risk is little bit less. However, it is also risky, but as compared to equity shares, there is low degree of risk. Means if the company is earning any profit, first they will get the dividend. After that, if any amount is left, the equity shareholders will get the dividend. Then, just, so as compared to equity shares, the as compared to preference shares, equity shares are highly risky. Yes, please. Still here, any query you can ask. Right to dividend. Okay, right to dividend. I will again explain. See what has happened. Suppose company has earned rupees 100 as profit. So now out of that 100, first company is required to pay the dividend to the preference shareholder. Now suppose the dividend which is payable to preference shareholder is suppose rupees 70. So out of 100, first company will pay 70 rupees dividend to the preference shareholder. Their claim will be settled first. That's why its name is preference share. Now after this 70, company's balance of profit is how much? How much profit company has now after giving 70 rupees to the preference shareholders as dividend? Yes, very good. Your answers will show that how many of you are listening. Yes, obviously, out of 100, now 30 rupees left with the company. That 30 rupees will go to the equity shareholder. That 30 rupees will go to the equity shareholder. So means their right of getting dividend will come later after the settlement of preference shares dividend. Now this point right to dividend is clear. So firstly, the preference share dividend will be paid, and then afterwards, the equity shareholders have right to get the dividend. If now, suppose I give you one more example. Suppose I have earned rupees 70. Suppose I have earned rupees 70, and preference share dividend is also rupees 70. So first I will pay the preference dividend. Now I have paid the 70. Now I don't have any amount of profit. So in that case, equity shareholders will not get any dividend. Equity shareholders will not get any dividend. Okay, so degree of risk we have discussed. Now refund of capital. So same is the case with refund of capital also. If suppose, first thing, one technical term is there. Technical term is liquidation of company. What is liquidation of company? Liquidation of company means that we are closing the company. Now, when we will close the company, company name will not be there. It will not exist in the market, and it will not perform any business activity also. So that name will vanish from the market. Company will get closed. So that process is technically called liquidation of company, first thing. And sometimes we technically call it also winding up of the company. So this technical term is clear. What is liquidation of company and what is winding up of the company? Now, when we will close the company, means when the company will get wind up or when the company is in the liquidation process, that is a highly technical process. Now, when we are closing the business, obviously there will be certain amount of capital. Maybe there is certain amount of capital. Now, out of that fund which you are having at the time of closure of the company, after payment of all loans, after payment of all expenses, whatever payable amounts are there, whatever amount is left with the company, that part is only capital, that is owner's capital. Now, out of that fund, first you have to pay back preference shares. Preference shareholders get priority over equity shareholders. So, again, suppose I have to pay back preference share capital rupees 80. I have to pay back preference share capital rupees 80 and equity share capital rupees 100. Please note it down somewhere so that you will be able to clear this with the help of this example. Preference share capital is rupees 80, equity share capital is rupees 100. Suppose. So when I am closing the company, obviously my liability to pay back equity preference shareholders is rupees 80, and my liability towards equity share capital is rupees 100. This point is clear till here. Now suppose the fund left with me after payment of all claims for the fund left with me for the preference shareholders and equity shareholders is rupees 100 now. So first, to whom I will be paying? I will be paying first preference share capital. Firstly, I will be paying preference share capital. Now preference share capital is rupees 80, so I will pay it back. Out of 100 rupees which I am having now, I will pay back 80 rupees to the preference share capital. Now, how much amount is left with me after payment of preference share capital? Yes, very good. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Yes, 20 rupees left with me. But how much liability I am having for equity share capital? How much liability I am having for equity share capital? 100 rupees. So I will not be able to pay back them 100 rupees. I will only pay them 20 rupees. I will only pay them rest of the amount which I am having now, that is 20 rupees. So they have invested in my company rupees 100, but because company is in losses or company is not able to give them proper amount, now company has only 20 rupees to pay back. So they have invested rupees 100, but now they will be getting rupees 20 only. And in certain circumstances, it is quite possible that they may get less than rupees 20 also, or maybe the amount is zero. Maybe the amount which they are getting back from the company is zero if you don't have any amount. Suppose the liability for preference shareholder is rupees 80, but the balance left with me is only rupees 60. So that whole 60 rupees will go to the preference shareholder. Now nothing is left for the equity shareholder. Yes, now it is clear with the example. So equity share capital is refunded after payment of preference share capital. Equity share capital is refunded after payment of preference share capital. So first capital of preference shareholders will be refunded, and after that, if any amount is left, then only equity share capital will be refunded. Then only equity share capital will be refunded. Now the last point is redemption. Now first you should be knowing the meaning of redemption. What is the meaning of redemption? Redemption means returning the amount of capital which you have taken. Redemption means redeeming or returning the amount of capital which you have taken from the shareholders. Yes. First tell me the meaning of redemption is clear. What is the meaning of redemption? Now, we have learned a point in equity shares that equity share capital is a permanent capital to the business. Why it is a permanent capital to the business? Because company will not redeem this amount during its lifetime. Company will never redeem equity share capital during its lifetime. Only and only in the situation of liquidation of the company, company will redeem equity share capital, and that too will be redeemed if the company is having some amount left over for the equity shareholders. Yes, please. This point is clear to you or not? First thing, that company equity, I am again explaining. First thing, equity share capital is a permanent capital. Company will never return this equity share capital to the shareholders during the lifetime of the company. It can be returned only and only in the case of liquidation of the company. When the companies get closed, company will get closed, only in that situation this share capital can be returned. this equity share capital can be returned to the equity shareholders. So it is not redeemable during the lifetime of the company. It will be redeemed only in the case of winding up of the company, liquidation of the company, and also condition is that company should have some funds left over for the equity shares. Only in that situation, equity share capital will be redeemed. If you don't have any funds, means if the company is not having any funds, then equity share capital will not be redeemed. Then equity share capital will not be redeemed. Means company is not bound to redeem even the equity share capital. If the company has funds, company will redeem. If the company is not having any funds, company will not redeem. Yes, please. This first point for equity shares is clear now. Okay. Now coming to the preference shares. So preference shares are generally issued. Meaning of redeem means redemption. Redeem word has been derived from the word redemption. Redemption and redeem, both words are same. Okay. Now redeemed after a fixed period means whenever you are issuing preference shares, it will be issued for a fixed period. You have to tell the purchaser of equity preference shares that for how much time you are issuing preference shares. It may be 5 years, it may be 10 years, it may be 15 years, it may be 20 years, it may be any number of years for which you think fit as a company that for this much time you will be in need of these funds. But you will tell in advance to the preference shareholder that for this much time we are taking these funds, and after this time, after this much time, after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it may be, we will be returning your capital. We will be redeeming your capital. So preference shares are not for the lifetime of the company. The point is that equity shareholders are the equity share capital is for the lifetime of the company. Preference share capital is not for the lifetime of the company. This will be always refunded after a fixed period. Yes, please. The meaning of equity share capital and preference share capital, the difference between them, all the points are clear, I hope.